G'day, and welcome to ComicsMATE, your mates in comics from the land down under. I'm Dean James, and today we're going to be talking about Marvel's Ekko, which has just been released and to no one's surprise is bombing in both the ratings and its reviews. But don't worry, also just as we all expected, the shills are out in force trying to defend it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and we'll jump right into these articles that I've collected. From Fandom Pulse, Marvel's Ekko dropped on Disney Plus and shows once again that MCU creators have zero respect for their fans with maximum girl boss achieved. Marvel's latest diversity project, Ekko, premiered on Disney Plus this week, marking a first for a Disney Plus show in two regards. It's the first MCU program to have all episodes air simultaneously, and two, it's the first show to have a mature audience's warning. Otherwise, fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will note it's much the same with an MCU girl boss diverse lead, a white male villain, and not much to latch onto in terms of audience interest. The original character of Ekko premiered in the relaunched Daredevil of 1998, issue 9, where David Mack, famous for his indie kabuki book, made an impressionistic book telling the origin of a new character whom the Kingpin raised to kill Daredevil, using the death of her real father as the reason to set her on the Marvel hero. Ekko eventually learns that Kingpin was the one who killed her father, and instead vows to kill Kingpin instead of Daredevil. The first episode of the Disney Plus show follows a similar script, without any of the character ties to Matt Murdock and Daredevil that made for a tug of the heartstrings. Instead, they make Maya Lopez a big virtue signal about Native Americans living in Oklahoma, having her have a generic lost her mummy and blames herself backstory before sending her to New York to show how she is better than every man Kingpin has at fighting, even better than Daredevil before she decides to become Queenpin herself. Queenpin? That can't be real, that can't be in the show. What?
Don't ask questions, just consume product and then get excited for next products.
The story revision is cringy, more MCU nonsense that destroyed the MCU over the last few years, and Daredevil only has 90 seconds of screen time in the entire show. But they've been promoting it like Daredevil's one of the main characters. I know for a fact Kingpin doesn't show up until episode 4. What? Anyway, let's keep reading. Fans are reacting online about Ekko, making fun of the Disney Plus show for the most part, after lackluster fight scenes and generic feminist and anti-white plots have destroyed yet another Marvel character.
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
Ekko features a chunky, overweight, deaf amputee woman that stalemates Daredevil in a 1v1 fight. That is modern feminism and representation right there. She is a half Hispanic, half indigenous, murderous criminal that knows ASL, so that should please Democrats. One ex-user writes. We've got a screenshot of that right here. Another gave advice on how they could have fixed it, saying Marvel Studios, the show should have been called Kingpin Wilson Fisk, and focused on the various lives Wilson Fisk impacts. Would have been a stronger anchor than focusing on a Charlie-level Marvel character that isn't popular. Good lord, Marvel's Ekko owes me a handful of hours of my life back. We should form some kind of class action versus this donkey shit. A third user posits on how bad Ekko was. Over the show, Ekko is somehow better than every other character at everything in a Marvel Mary Sue extravaganza once more, making her an amputee and disabled on top of her already overly diverse origin, and then having her able to do moves better than Jackie Chan to fight off dozens of men on her own, seemingly without any real powers, is entirely nonsensical. The Kingpin is made to look weak in the show, and the viewer knows it's because he's the white man holding Ekko down. Disney Plus and Marvel are still at peak MCU cringe, and with Young Avengers on the horizon, it doesn't look to be getting better anytime soon. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not surprised by any of this at all. This is exactly what I was expecting. But Dean, there are other reviews on X and other social media platforms saying that it's a good show and that it's a triumph. That's an excellent non-point there, straw man I just made up. Are you talking about the official Marvel Studios X account, who posted a quote from Daniel Feinberg? A man who has Babe Pig in the City as his avatar and spends all day, every day screaming about Trump due to his Trump derangement syndrome? Or are you talking about this guy, Will Landman, the self-proclaimed non-binary Jewish writer who loves exploring identity, legacy, and growth? Somebody should probably check on his dog and make sure his dog's okay. Because he said Ekko Marvel loved it. Alakwa Cox is just incredible as Maya Lopez, and this series shows just how needed Indigenous heroes are in the MCU. The sound design, respect to the Choctaw, the same Choctaw who fought on the side of the Confederates, because I quote, their economic system was identical as the American South and based upon slave labor. The fight choreography, it's sick. Everybody knows that's not true. We saw the leaked fight with Daredevil. These aren't exactly what I would call reliable sources. Everybody knows Disney and other big corporations have PR firms that spend hours promoting their products on Twitter as if they're just fans, and that's about all I could find when it came to positive reviews. Hundreds of random X accounts that were created just last week with their only real purpose being to seemingly prop up Marvel. Every time I found a real person, they weren't enjoying it. And it was like that no matter how long I looked. Fact of the matter is, nobody cares about Ekko, and if you were a fan of this character in the comics, they seem to have butchered her in the name of representation. At least we still have Deadpool 3 to look forward to. But let me know what you think down below. I always read my comments and respond to most of them, so feel free to call me a racist, ableist incel down there. And that's all I have for you today. My name's Dean James, your mate in comics from the land down under. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm riding through the area in a car that's made of fucking burger leathers and pleather seats. And I gotta meet the bitch who says she works at the swap meet, I think. Or so she said. I don't know where she lives, but I know that she's not a